spiritual successor to what Grid used to be, because Grid 1 was like this really great game where you could like manage stuff and do stuff. You can now do that in F1. I feel like the soul of Grid has kind of moved on or lived on in the F1 games. I've not played 2020, but I would probably argue it's probably somewhere in S or A tier. So, Flatout. We have reached Flatout. Starting with Flatout 1, which I played this or last year. It's an interesting one. I see a lot of people writing A for Flatout 1. It's pretty good. Considering this is like the first game they made in the franchise and it's pretty old. Yeah, I would put this into A2. It got pretty frustrating sometimes. And certainly isn't perfect, but I feel like quality-wise, it's good enough for A. I agree with most of you guys. It's still like fairly simplistic, but at the end of the day, I think the damage model was pretty revolutionary in the physics. If you think about when it came out, like damage and physics were insane for the time. Absolutely insane. Certainly a good game. And I think there's something to be said that I played this a couple months ago, despite it being like 15 plus years old, and I still enjoyed it a lot. It was a bit frustrating in the end, but I mean, it didn't really hinder my enjoyment. So if you're just curious into the first Flatout, go check it out. Flatout 2, and I guess we can add Ultimate Carnage as well. Is it really masterpiece material? Like, let's take a break. Let's take a step back for now. Is it really masterpiece material? What makes Flatout masterpiece material? I think it has to be. Because I think Flatout 2 is just a neck above Burnout 2 and all of these three games. Hey Rosetta, thanks for the gift sub 281, appreciate it. I didn't hear about the Horizon announcement, I'll keep an eye out. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I think Flatout 2 and with that also Ultimate Carnage have to be masterpiece material. Simply because those two games you just can always go back to and enjoy. Like I think those two. Okay, I think I've figured out why these two games are masterpiece material. Because they're timeless. Those two games will never get old. In 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, you can still pick these games up and fully enjoy it. Fully enjoy it. And I mean that's true to a lot of games here. Let's be honest. I think those two are just particularly timeless. And I think that's what makes them absolute masterpieces. And they also have like a shit ton of like personality. Physics are great, handling is great. So many game modes, guys. Stunt mode alone. Like that stuff is great. I think they deserve the masterpiece spot. So yeah, Flatout 2, Ultimate Carnage, basically on the same level. Hey JG, thanks for looking up to Spooncat, appreciate it. Ultimate Carnage added a bit more content. Obviously, it's kind of like a remaster, like an actually good remaster though. Makes the game look better. And adds a lot more content. Soundtrack kind of sucks.
Six.
But still, both absolutely fantastic. And that brings us to Flatout 3. Welcome to the garbage queue. We found another victim. Where's Vickers? Right here. Right next to it. Welcome to the garbage queue. I mean, if Flatout 3 being the worst rated game on the entirety of Steam, isn't enough of a giveaway that this one deserves the garbage queue spot? I don't know what does.
3, 2,
If this one, think about that. Like, think about the amount of games there are on Steam. You have RPGs, action, strategy games, sports games, and on all of these things, among like tens and thousands of games, one game ranks on top for having the lowest rating for the series, and it is Battlefield 3. It kind of is so problematic. It deserves the garbage here. It's worked so hard. For that reason alone. And it is garbage. The handling is awful, the graphics are awful. The game on the mobile game stuff, it's stuff that you would find on like mobile games. Graphics are awful. It's already awful. It's nothing about Son of Prey that I could say is good, but the stuff is awful. And it's just, yeah, it has not a single redeeming feature. And there's like one thing that maybe comes to my conclusion, there's like a wide variety of like game modes, but that doesn't mean that they all are ridiculous. Like if you have a game mode, when you have one run over it, like something like that, it's like a game that you download and want it to the depths of the App Store. That doesn't mean anything that it exists. Strange garbage here. Late the bit. So, and then Liquid was Battle 4. Actually never played it. Anyone here that played Battle 4? From what I gathered, it's not as much of a crash as Battle 3. But it's also nowhere near as good as even Battle 1. I think a lot of people are saying C, I think there's only some truth to it. C or B. I haven't played myself, I'm pretty sure. It's okay, certainly. It's certainly okay. And I don't think it's one of the worst racing games you can ever play. Yeah, Battle 3 is actually the worst game on Steam, like just judging by Steam reviews. But actually got beaten the other day, but it was by an expansion, not a game. So it is still the worst rated game in like literally the entirety of Steam. And again, like there's tens of thousands of games on Steam. AAA, indies, tons of like every genre, and this ranks on top for the worst rated one. When your brother played it, you can say it's B. I mean, probably. I never played it, so I was getting the never played here, but yeah, I think CB is where most people would put it. Speaking of games I never played, Pod Racing, gotta be honest, never played both of them. 2 and 3 is probably more, I know there's also the first one, but 2 games was the first one. But from what I gathered, Pod Racing 2 is actually pretty decent, like A, B, somewhere there. And 3 is like a little bit of a step down, although there's still people that enjoy that one more. But that one's probably more C, B material. I never played the Pod Racing game, maybe I should do that on stream sometime. 3 is a B, C for you. Yeah, I mean, it's like these third-party racing games, you know. And but I guess 2 was kind of surprisingly good for most people, but yeah. So, I can give you the file for Pod Racing 2. I mean, you can, I'm pretty sure you can find it myself, it's probably not that hard to find. Actually, it's like a web. Something. Yeah, Forza. And we're starting out with Forza Horizon. Guys, you don't really want to have this straight masterpiece. Horizon 1 is straight masterpiece.
2.
No questions asked. Like, there's no debate. Opened my eyes to like it does so much right. I have so many like phone numbers to write like this but when just driving in the city to watch a specific part, but since I I'm all like kind of this thing and I don't know it is a bad picture, it doesn't do much. does is just nails. That is fantastic, and it's fantastic, not fantastic, not generally fantastic, that is fantastic, fantastic. Single player progression is fantastic, multiplayer fantastic, like, it's just all straight good stuff. Considering this was the first game that they made, it's like, it's the first action in the franchise, this is a straight banger, man. And has so much personality, it probably has more personality than all these games here. That's a lot, because there's a lot of stuff here. Right, one is that. The hand's not bad. I mean, the hand is really not that good as it should have been used in like 30 FPS. Maybe because the hand was like because it was like us. I realized that it was like good, but it also was like I would say it was wonderful when they did whip it non-stop. Like it was still like it felt realistic without like but yeah, alright, well, let's do this. I don't think they'll ever make another game as good as Horizon 1. Which brings us to the next Horizon game. Horizon 2. I think it's just an A. It's masterpiece. Nah, man. I think Horizon 2 was a bit of a step back. It's certainly still good. It's certainly still really good. But where's my fun career? Where are the characters? Where's the atmosphere? I guess the atmosphere is still there, but it's just not as strong. The map was just kind of like everything kind of looked the same. It just kind of wasn't there for me. It's certainly still good, and it still delivers like a good racing experience, and I can totally understand if people give this like still an S rating. Perfectly fine. For me it was just an A. I played a lot of it. It was literally the only reason why I bought an Xbox One. That's a lot, thanks for following, appreciate it. Yeah, looking back on it, it was just kind of like a bit of the personality got lost that Horizon 1 had. Horizon 1 just still has the edge when it comes to soundtrack, single player and progression, and just a bunch of other things too, that I think just help cement Horizon 1 as a masterpiece. And especially because I feel like Horizon 2, since you gotta remember Horizon 1 is a 360 game, this is a 1 game, and sure this looks better, but I didn't just expect it to look better, but also like hope for more. And that's where it was just kind of like, yeah. See the small racing games that are on platforms, yeah. All the noteworthy ones, obviously there's not everything in here, but it's 147 games. So yeah, Horizon 2, for me it's still 8 here, because it's still an enjoyable game, it's still great. I have lots of fun with it, but it's just like, it usually fails to be by far as Horizon 1. Right? However, this is tough one, man. I was super hyped for the game. I made like a ton of videos on it. It's a tough one, dude. It's definitely someone with S and A. You're right? He has a lot of fun as well. That was a mixed bag in a way where the map in Horizon 3 it offers like a lot of variety. You have like the rainforest and the outback, you have like the city and you have the coast area and you have like everything. But the track design is just kind of like meh. There isn't really a lot of like elevation or like anything interesting going on. So it's a mixed bag. It's better than Horizon 2 in my opinion. Some people would disagree. I think I put it into A tier as well. It's hard for me to put this into either A or S, but if I consider Horizon 4, Maybe I consider what is here as well. I think this is A. I think it's better than Horizon 2, but not as good, not that good that it deserves S tier. Horizon 4, however, deserves the S tier. Although I think Horizon 4 shows many signs of what's kind of like wrong with racing games. But if we just look at Horizon 4, like if we just take a few steps back and just look at Horizon 4, I love it so much, dude. Like you can fight again and you spend like fucking months on this thing. That being said, you know, I don't like how they throw cars at you and nothing really ever feels earned. The over-reliance on cosmetics is really exists. I don't like how fun multiplayer rank was at Foundry still is. But we also rank these games as to what they are now and not what they were when they released. Horizon 4 offers so much, man. You have to what you have that great editor that is like so much, man. Like, with all of the Forza Horizon since Horizon 2 is single player. Horizon 2, 3, and 4, and all of these single player both short. But I think about Horizon 4 in a very similar way as I think about where I feel like Horizon 4 is a bit of a sandbox racing game. That's meant to be played multiplayer. You're meant to like just jump from one thing to the next.
Woohoo! An Alpha GP, the Proto Alpha Mark Deuce. Now, I don't know, like, anything besides, like, the Red Bull, they just, the turning feels like with the Red Bull, it's like instant, snappy. These kind of feel like they float and they kind of, like, take their time to, like, turn in. I don't know, it's weird to me. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Crew 2, and in this video I will be taking a look at the Proto Alpha Mark II after the handling update. So, if you guys were wondering, by the way, basically every single Alpha GP car actually got this except the KTM Expo R Spear Racing and the regular KTM Expo R as well, because those already actually had a good handling model. So I really don't think those actually needed this, but I also do believe they actually put a similar handling model on the RB14 originally, which made this car an absolute monster in basically every single way. I will also leave a tag on the screen if you guys do want to check out the video for this vehicle. But one thing I do want to mention, by the way, guys, I will be doing videos on all of the Alpha GP vehicles with the updated handling, including the RB14 Disruption, and/or the Mark X, and probably one of my personal favorites, the RB13. I also have no idea why I have those tires on that F1 vehicle, but I really do feel like a lot of people are going to love this update, maybe because a lot of the other cars are actually going to be useful. I'm sure a lot of people got tired of seeing the Spear they used to in the past.
You know what, let me drive the RB14 then. Got a feel for it. Or the RB13. Get a feel for it.
Jump from one thing to the next and just have like a bunch of shit thrown at you in the process. I'm sure that's not for everything, it's not for everyone, it's certainly not for me, hence why I don't really play that much anymore, but when I played it, holy fuck, I had a great time. Holy fuck, I had a great time. I spent full price for this and I definitely got my money for it. I think the only thing where Horizon 4 just kinda fell short was the DLCs. I don't think the DLCs were good. Honestly, I think none of the Horizon games ever had like really good DLC. Not even Horizon 1. I think only the Hot Wheels expansion, from what I heard, was like the only really good one. all of Horizons need bigger maps. Personally, I would prefer a map that is more alive and detailed than a big map. But I do agree that Horizon 4's map could have been a bit bigger. But Horizon 4's map is good though. Like it has a lot of variety, and since it also has the seasons, that also helps cement it into S tier. If you ask me, like the map is just a big selling point with Horizon 4. It's fucking fantastic.
2,
Problem with the
1.
thing with like if we compare the maps of Horizon 3 and 4, they kind of polar opposites. Where Horizon 3 has like a lot of variety within the map. You know, as I was saying, like there's rainforests, you know, desert, like all kinds of shit. But it's that I don't fun to drive on. And Horizon 4 is like really fun to drive on. You have like really interesting roads, lots of elevation, ups and downs, but it kinda all looks the same. Right? It kinda all looks the same with the exception of Edinburgh. But therefore you have the seasons to kinda elevate that. So
No, I need settings for this. They feel about the same.
yeah, if Horizon 4 had as strong of a single player and also as much character and personality as Horizon 1, it would probably exceeded Horizon.
We've got the red rebound front 16 stiff, rear 6 stiff.
Okay, let me try to adjust that. Okay.
But as much character and personality as Horizon 1, it would probably exceeded Horizon 1 for me. But that's just kind of the stuff that is missing to cement it as a masterpiece, you know? Because all of these games in the masterpiece category, they all ooze with personality. And I can't say that about Horizon 4. If there's one thing that Horizon 4 doesn't have, it's personality. Still good enough to put into S tier though. So, moving on, and we have the Forza Motorsport games. I have actually not played Forza Motorsport 3, so I can't really say much about it, but I did play Motorsport 4 and this is S, man. It's S tier. Honestly, maybe even Masterpiece, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's Motorsport 4... Is it Masterpiece? It definitely is. No question there. Most of previous moments that I won Chevy. I think it's just missing a little bit. I'm trying to think in which department. What is missing what is missing for Motorsport?
It's better, but it's not perfect.
And as a car list, the driving experience is nice. The tracks are great. The whole Jeremy Clarkson thing was brilliant. Where they had like Jeremy Clarkson talking a lot about like a selection of like 30 to 40 cars. Yeah, I think the no story thing. Yeah, I think that's what I would agree with. It's just like next event with like no stopping. I think the single player is a bit too simplistic for it to be put into Masterpiece. Like there's really much to do outside of just win the next race. That being said, it's still being done very well. Like you get money, like then you got money buy cars, you get prize cards, and you have like restricted events where you have to pick like certain cars that have to fulfill certain restrictions. And overall, it's just such a nice game that it's a 360 game that plays like a fucking next-gen game. I would say the current next-gen. It was so good. The whole Flux thing was phenomenal. Where they had it brought in and it talks like a lot about the cars that you personally experienced. And then you drive like certain cars with these cars, like Motorsport 4 is so great. So great. As one of the best games ever made. So Motorsport 5 and 6, although I didn't have an Xbox One for like a few years, I did not play. I did play this weird Apex demo of Motorsport 6 on PC, and I liked it, but it's just that it was so little I can't really use that as like an excuse to say I played Motorsport 6. I usually hear people saying Motorsport 5 is probably the weakest one. Because it kind of had more tech demo for like Xbox One, and it had like a shit ton of microtransactions that were like really doing this. And Motorsport 6 was like a really nice step forwards, but yeah, I don't know. Can't really talk about the 7 data. That being said, they're probably also very similar with the Motorsport 7, which I think I'll put it to B tier. First. It's Raven. Motorsport 7. I think the main thing that drags me down is that it's just kind of bland. And you want thanks for continuing your gift up. I think like the base for Motorsport 7 is pretty good, but it's so far away from greatness of Motorsport 4. And you want converting it's a vector center. Thank you, man. I think Motorsport 7 is just so far away from 4. It has none of the brilliance. It's just the problem that Motorsport 4 had with just racing. It's elevated more, and you have like no freedom at all in Motorsport 7. You can pick your races, and the races, you know, they usually have like certain restrictions or like certain themes. You can buy a car, but the main problem I have with this, like Remax thing for the main problem I have with 47 it auto upgrades your cars. Am I the only one that finds this so bad? Am I the only one that finds this so bad? Like usually you have these events and they usually have like a set performance rating. Like you need to be, the cars need to be like class A or class S or whatever. And the car, you can pick a car and then the car gets upgraded for you. Throughout my entire playthrough of Forza Motorsport 7, I never even went into like the upgrade section because it's not necessary. Like the entire concept of upgrading cars is not a thing. It's just you pick a car, it gets upgraded automatically, and then you just race. What's fun in that? Let me upgrade the cars on my own. It killed the fun for me, man. It made this game a lot more repetitive. Because you just move from next race to next race, next race, next race, and you're not doing anything. And yeah, there's basically no personality, which is like a common problem of like a lot of modern racing games. But that's the same. It looks pretty bland, am I? Is it just
3,
like Motorsport 4 looked fucking great, like color and lighting wise. This looks really dull. Motorsport 7 is also look good. That being said, it also has great handling, great sounds. So it's like the act of driving is still fun, but it gets very boring very fast. And I usually drop Motorsport 7 pretty fast every time I pick it up. Yeah, it's just kind of, it's okay. It's okay. I'll still play this one. Kind of a racing game that gets swept under the rug a lot, but I also really like this one. So I don't know, I can't really talk much about you. All I know it had like a massive map, like actually massive. Like it is like as big as like a whole fucking state in the United States. Hey, it's insane. But I feel like, yeah, I don't know much about it. Then I can't buy it anymore, they usually up the soul, so yeah. What do you guys do when we come to this Garfield card? Dio garbage. Is it Dio garbage? Or I suppose I still. See, garbage. Like a bridge. Have any of you guys actually played Garfield Kart or just watched it? I think playing it is a much more miserable experience than just watching it. The handling was so bad, I managed to glitch out the game within the first 3 minutes. Isn't it as bad as Big Rigs and Battle 3 though? I don't think so, but I also don't think it's as good as Dangerous Driving. It was like a minus or a garbage plus, I would put it there. Welcome to the garbage too. So, it's so miserable. Like, if you guys haven't played, you will understand why I put it in garbage too. It's not just a bad fun racer, it is a bad racing game period. I would genuinely pick Dangerous Driving over Garfield Kart without thinking down. Alright, Race Driver Grid 1. It has some masterpiece. It's another one. It's another one, man. It's another masterpiece. Name me one game that had as much going on as like in terms of like management and managing as Grid 1. Maybe the F1 games, but they also go for something different. Grid 1 is a masterpiece simply because it gives you more than just racing, so much more. it's like the very definition of depth in a racing game. Like it offers so much. You have so much to do on a outside of racing. It's so good, and the racing itself is fantastic. On top of it, it has so much variety, dude. You can just do like touring cars, you can do open wheels, you can do toge, like in Japan, like full initial D style. They can do drifting, and drifting was really fun. There's just so much, dude. Like the game it just keeps on giving every time I play it. It was so good. Like you can play this game for 10 hours and still find something new to play with. The whole sponsors thing, or just generally like the whole management aspect of you have this team, you build it up, you start with this like kind of crappy second-hand Ford Mustang, and you know you build yourself up, you build a team, you get sponsors, you get more cars, you know you get a teammate. Teammate is awful at first, but then you get better teammates. Like it's just like it builds up and up and up, and you kind of feel like you're building an empire near the end of the game, and it's great. And you had this rival of like Raven West, which were like way better than the rest of the fucking AI, and that helped the game feel so alive, so good. One of the best racing games ever made, easily masterpiece material. So, and then we got Grid 2. It's a lot of people let down, understandably so. I don't necessarily think just because of the handling, because the management thing that I just like so much more than one, and it just not very much. I still think despite everything, Grid 2 deserves an A rating. It is still super enjoyable. It's a fun race to get better. Like you put up Grid 2 and as far as it's on 8-10. I did not really hate the hand, it's fine. I grew up the game, I have fun with it. At some point I get bored. I think the whole like career was just kind of like a dumb tower. It's so really good though. It's so really fun. And I played a decent amount of Grid 2 online. Part of the online is just the downtime between races, they were pretty bad. Yeah, again, some of the variety got lost, some of the management got lost. There's still some of it in there, but no, it's pretty good, man. It's still an A game. I can't with good conscience put it in the same thing as like fucking Daytona. Or like fucking cars. I can't. Something sucks though. Very powerful sport. You guys already know how I feel about Real Sport. I don't feel like I need to say anything else. I have a burning hatred for this game because I feel like it just wastes my time. But at the end of the day, you still have like some nice variety. The handling is pretty okay. Right? That's fine. Well, I can't really put it easier because of it. Like it offers something. But my main problem with Real Sport is just wasting my fucking time. Why is it that I have to do the same race that I just did, that was simple and wrong, again, every single time? There's no exception to this. Every race is way longer than it needs to be, and they need to drive it again, every time. No reason. And you have like the drifting, which is like the one thing that is like different. And you have this like 20 to 30 second run. You got 14 times. 12 or 14 times. I think Road Trip was bad. It doesn't give you a whole new like definition of like variety and repetition. And that is what kills this book so hard because you waste your time and you don't respect your time whatsoever. And on top of that, it abandoned every single management aspect that made Grid 1 so good. There is nothing in this game. You don't even like the currency is not even that thing. Like you don't even earn money. buy cars. Like, none of that shit. You don't even choose deliveries. You just select an event. You select one of 3 cars maximum, and then you do the race, and then you do it again, and then you won. And that's the entire game. Like, what the hell, man? That's why that's such a big game. By all means, sort of something like endurance driving. Again, like, the handles are pretty good. You know, you have the variety, although there's like a lot of repetition. My god, dude. Sounds fun. What is this here? Grid 2019, I think it's in a lot of ways very similar to 1.7, where like the base game is good, but it just doesn't really do much with it, you know? It's not as bad as Onsport because Grid 2019 doesn't waste in 5 minutes, you know, it's like more, you know, you're not in the same race for like half an hour. Sure, Grid Onsport has more variety, but that variety doesn't mean much. The variety itself is kind of irrelevant. It's again the main race of that. And only like halfway in the race. Originally, I think it's pretty much of a letdown. Literally just do racing, nothing else. And yeah, overall, it's just sadly just a boring game. And I still think it's better than like the 4 or 5 Renault Sport. It's just a game. You know, that's like the thing. It's not a bad game. It's just an amazing game that I love. Just like this. If you want to like graphic cards, and like that's all you care about graphics, so much. But I think that's what I can say. Alright, I want to move on to Gran Turismo. I left off Gran Turismo 1, care about. Gran Turismo 2 I actually played for the first time last year, and that one is... I'm not sure, dude. Man, dude, considering this is a PlayStation 1 game, that plays literally like 3 years. I could understand what's the masterpiece of the world, considering this is a PS2 game. If you had this on your PS2 back in the day, holy fuck, you were set. You were so set. It's actually so good. I'm surprised how like it aged so well. It's just plain fun, man. Like it has like such a massive amount of cars and tracks. The real was pretty weird at first because I didn't really understand the system, but once I did, it actually started to click for me. It's fucking great. It's just maybe I would have to put it in masterpiece, but I mean considering it is a PS1 game, where like I mean it was pretty revolutionary. It was pretty revolutionary for a racing game in terms of what it offered and what it was like playing for people. And I'm a man. I don't think there's so much. It's wild what it offers. Well, what the fuck is the game? What is the fucking toaster, man? Second, because one, it has insane graphics, so much content, and it's also really fun to play. Like the handling and everything is just fun. Okay, again, what do you I'm sorry, 2 hours in and I still have this many races again. I still have like the entirety of the movie in front of us. Yeah, I mean, it just has to be like this. I mean, anything else just would make me interested. Gran Turismo 3. This is my childhood fun. GT I ever played, and also probably played the most. Hey, Tara, thanks for the video. Where do I put GT? 3, man. This used to be my favorite one, but after playing 4 and from the other Gran Turismos, it's I think that's very fair. I think Gran Turismo 3, the longest time was my favorite one, please. Oh! Fuck me, man. The longest time was my favorite because it didn't have this, like, stiff fucking camera. But looking back, the content is very thin. It's very thin. It's a very enjoyable game. It's so fun. It's have a lot of fun with GT3, but man, especially after playing Gran Turismo 2, I was like, this could have been a little more. It was great. I think for playing the game is still great, especially considering how that was 2001, like holy shit. And I can definitely appreciate the quality of the approach that this game went for. But yeah, I don't know, man. And it's just 8, it's just solid 8 here. The rallying was king shit though. The rallying in GT3 is king shit. It's so good the rallying was. Moving on to GT4, did you guys know I didn't have to do that too much. Like, it's too really. Anything else just would not make that whatsoever. It's just like, I don't think I have 61 from the people. Those things that games nowadays do get wrong. The amount of content. Stupid good graphics. Rallying sucks balls now. Rallying sucks major balls. The thing is, the game has so much content. On rally and still have like a full racing game. Like you don't feel like you're missing out, that's so much fun to game out. And it's so fun. It's fun. It's just plain fun. You can play with the wheel, you can play with the controller. I hate the fucking stiff camera. This was the Gran Turismo when they introduced this fucking stiff camera. Like they had to get used to like the software something after the new cam. But once they did, it was fine. And then actually really started to enjoy this game for quite a lot. And I played it so much. So has been fun. And then we have the Gran Turismo for PS3. Gran Turismo 5. I played this one and then I played this one a little bit. Nah, it's not as. Fuck no, it's not as. Well, yeah, that cutscene is so bad, but it's cool too. No, 4 did. This one was. I don't know, man. You'd expect more. Or just expanded to actually be like a proper step up in terms of Gran Turismo. But yeah, GT5 was just kind of meh for me. That was just kind of meh. Didn't really blow me away. And having endurance race, that's not that bad. P6A because there's a lot of cars to choose from. I mean, don't all Gran Turismos. I hope PS3 emulation at some point is good enough so that I can emulate GT6 because that's the game I really want to play still. No one really played it because it came out after the PlayStation 4 had already launched, so yeah. Alright, moving on to the final Gran Turismo game, and this one I actually started playing last year. Gran Turismo Sports. I'm drunk? Fuck, no, fuck. That's insulting, man. I mean, dude. And then again, I don't know, don't say. I don't think it's quite as this. I think for AC it's missing something. I guess it needs to be less repetitive in the career. But dude, it's I feel like this one was just like another step in the right direction. You get rid of the stiff camera, which is the most important for me. It's a great handling. I think the track list was kind of small. I think the amount of tracks just kind of wasn't there. Like you had a lot of like variations, I guess. But like, I don't know. I felt at some point I just felt like I drove on the same stations over and over. It's good though. It's a good one. It's just what it's fun. It definitely got a lot better with updates from what I heard. I never played that running through everything. It does kind of feel like one is a bit of the... it's GT3 too. Does that make sense? What feels like, if anything, like a sequel to GT3. Because GT3 was with this, you know, quality of it worked pretty well. And then GT4 was kind of that again. So I think these two are very much on the same level because they are very similar. So, Horizon Chase Turbo, that's not the AT game. I'm not sure how many of you guys played it. It's really good. It's kind of like Outrun, but like, it's like a bit of a modern, spin. It's super fun. It's just plain arcade fun. I can really recommend it. It's super fast as well, like it gets so fast. You played it on the phone? I think it's probably better if you played on like Steam. The game figures left, but I think we are not even halfway through that. I didn't pick up the pace, but yeah, alright, Chase Turbo, if you haven't played it, this is so 8 here. Choose one.
Hey,
I'm gonna say something a bit controversial here, right? I think just one valley is the B. I think lots of people put it to A, but for me it's
hey, man.
It's good. Where it, you know, it has the personality, it has the character, you know? And it has, I guess, the customization, polish. I think it's the tracks. I feel like that's where it kind of fell short. I feel like it gets many things right, but like the basic, like the handling could have needed more work. And some of the race types are just like the drag mode is just pretty I don't know. It certainly just started out as an underground, so that's good. Not bad by any means. So, you know, you can pick up tools you want to enjoy. Not it. But Juice 2 I actually think it's better.
What?
Why does everyone hate Juice 2? Why does everyone say
Actually, no, yeah, understand it.
It's better. It's better. Juice 2 has better handling. I don't know why everyone says it has better handling. Actually, you know what, a theory that I have is most people probably played the PS2 version. And maybe the PS2 version, for some reason, has like really bad handling. That's why people say this game has bad handling. But I played it on PC. I have the game. I have the game right here, man. Here. So I played it on PC in 60 FPS. Yes, that's right. I played with the 60 FPS patch. And it was really fun and enjoyable. That was genuinely enjoyable. I feel like some of the characters got a little bit lost from Juice 1. But that's okay, because the base of the game is better. And it's still pretty good. You can do some really awesome customization. You had a outside shit to RX-7. The tracks are nice, although they all also, you know, do like the amount of different tracks also kind of low. We have like better handling, you know, better graphics, of course, you know. More interesting customization, progression, debatable. I don't think it's better or worse, it's just different. But the cool played 2, and the last time I played Lego Racers 2, I was a baby. Which was baby? That was like, I don't know, like 5 years old or something. So I don't remember anything. But from what I remember, this looks like a D or C tier game. I think I'm gonna put it C. I don't know, I'd have to play this again. And maybe I could get like a better opinion on this, but it looks better. Like looking back on it, I saw some gameplay some time ago and I was like, oh, that's what I played. Okay. Already see here. And now we have the Mario Kart games. Didn't play 64, didn't play Double Dash, played Mario Kart Wii. I would say that's A here. Played 8 Deluxe, that's straight up. I mean, come on, who doesn't like Mario Kart? Come on. Fun racer. I have to build them. I can open up the window yet. I mean, Mario Kart Wii is just a classic, right? That's just an all-time classic. It's not complex, it's not like super wild, but it's cool. It's cool. 8 here, but I feel like Mario Kart 8 just popped up so much. It's like so much. 8 much, especially like the Switch version. It's just good stuff. It's just good fun right now. Did you go racing over Mario Kart? Probably. I mean, I never played it. But I mean, there's a reason why Mario Kart games are selling, and part of that reason is because they, have like massive amounts of massive skill, but they also just damn good, right? So moving on to MSR, Metropolis Street Racer, which is kind of like a prequel, I guess, to the Project Gotham Racing series. Actually, it's not that good. I played it on stream, actually, was it this year or still last year? I don't remember. Yeah, it's really not that good. It's really not that good. And then I just think the scene is fair. It's so competitive. It's so uncomfortably repetitive. And handling is really like, it doesn't lose personality. Like, it doesn't have a shit ton of personality. So that's why, it gets some love for it. But, I'm playing this here, yeah. We'll see. How about that? Midnight Jump 2. Now we have the Midnight Jump games. I don't have to get the Midnight Jump. Midnight Jump 1, that's what it's starting here. Midnight Jump 2, boys. You know what it says here. You know what that is here, I know what that is here, it's just great. I just for the first time in 2019, I think. So, that's another game I have zero nostalgia for. Man, the ending, the soundtrack, I think this game has so much personality. This has so much personality. Like, you have all these different forces, and one thing that I really loved about it is that every single race start is unique. Like, one time you can start in like a park, the other time you can, where like you can run like a circle, the other time you can start on the spot where everyone's like facing each other. It's insane. Like every event knows like really has that. It's fun of course. It's not like it's funny. It's been a racing game, it's never ever gonna beat this. It's such a memorable game. It's just a banger. I just stepped into it yesterday, and yeah, it's from my HD game. That's just great. It's all around a really fun time. And then we move on to the next up 3, and guys, it's another masterpiece. It's going. Am I surprising anyone? Surprising anyone? When I say this? It's just really damn good. It's a fun game. I think it does take a few steps down or like a step back compared to Midnight Club 2, I definitely miss the character had, like, you had these rivals, right? The rivals are now just kind of like names and cards, but real, like, customization that they had in life, cards and content themselves. I think the cities were a bit more generic, like just random American cities. I much more enjoyed the cities than Midnight Club 2. But the amount of shit, like this was like actual alternative to like the 30 game. It's just so good, and it has so much variety, so much you can do, like regular race, stuff, well, like it's just wild. It's too hard to say. I still think I'm like a little hard of them. Well, that one is, I don't know, lucky when I said it. But then I got LA vibe. I think I'm gonna put it to 8 here. It's not quite X. I know a lot of people love LA, but I feel like it's actually the most up game. Excluding the first one, because I actually haven't played that one, it's also not on the list here. Midnight Club LA, still good. Still has like a shit ton of personality, but there's certain things about this game that just don't really work. Hey Bolo, thanks for the follow. Namely that you have to drive to every event, and when you do that, you can get the cops, and the cops are really poorly implemented. The cops are sadly really poorly implemented in Midnight Club LA, because they don't have any purpose other than to waste your time. They're not really a threat, they're not really something you need to engage in to progress. They're just there to annoy you and waste your time. And I caught myself just getting busted off the road so much. Like, you know, I'm decided to pay a fine. I think that I with some other complicated it's and that's what you do with that kind of gameplay. It's pretty much the same with that I just we actually have a roll games here that I've never played. So Mr. Madness 1 and 2, never played them. Never played any of the Motorstorm games. Also didn't play my summer car. So like a whole roll games that I never played. From what I've seen, like the Midtown Madness, those are basically like the precursor to the Midnight Club games. 1 didn't age very well, 2 is pretty good, I guess. And Motorstorm, the first one is just kinda meh. You know, Volitic Tower Apocalypse great, and Pacific Rim is great, and my summer cars. Whatever. I guess about 7 of this video day, it's good, man. It's good. It's shit. Anyway. Time to open this can of worms here. How many games are there? 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 26. Well, this is some of these again. Alright, starting with Need Speed 1. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to rank here. LA Rush, I didn't find a cover, that's why it's not in here. I actually did not find a cover. One, I'm not sure what version I should rank. Should I rank the DOS and the DOS and 3DO version, or should I rank the PC version? I think I'm gonna rank the PC version, and the PC version of what? PC. It's it's not bad. But it's... I know what it means. I think the DOS version, honestly, the DOS version of what I would put easier is bad. The DOS/3DO version of this is terrible. Yeah, I think I don't think it's enough. I think it was something one over like 35. Then you unread. I don't like that was very correct. I don't like how it was very good. That's the thing too. It's just how much this kind of thing. That's okay, man. It's don't have much to offer it as it takes for like an hour and then you realize like you don't have this just a series of races. You see like not a bunch, man. It's still like one of the first games that came out in like the 90s. Basically in favor. I would put on the same level as in one. I don't think it's that big of an upgrade. It surely is an upgrade, but it's also a bit of a downgrade. It's not that big. Namely, no one ever brought this up, but the collision detection which I've ever seen. It's stuck everywhere. It's stuck on walls, it's stuck on cars, everything is on these books. It's so massive. If you don't touch them, you constantly get stuck. And there's too much insecurity, that's scary. Alright, fair. And that's one thing that all of the cameras like exactly the like these things that do the collision detection was small. So, you know, I don't know before, and I'm like, you know, I'm talking, no, it's okay. This is a tough one, though. What do you guys think? A. Actually, they're not spent that much time on the way tested the rank. I mean, it's essentially Need for Speed 2 without the shit collision, but only tank bombs. But I don't think I would put it on the same level. Like, I wouldn't say I have the same amount of enjoyment as I have in all of these games here. And there's good games in 8 here. Sure, this is another good game. I wouldn't say I got the same enjoyment out of this as, like, I don't know, like, the Rally or, I don't know. I think it's going to be, it will make it plus, I would think it's plus. I think one of those days, another good. Like, these two are all very much on the same level. These, like, 1 and 2 definitely is a bit better, but I don't think it's that much better than it warrants this more than 8 people. I think so, but this is fucking straight as killer. I don't know, fucking that what this is. I think it's way better. Because what I think last year is actually play all of the classics without playing it. Up to let's go to the like trying to resolve everything that had to offer. But that would be one like I think. Again, but 8 is better, but still okay. And then I played and I was like, holy shit. Like, the edits, all of it, that Need for Speed 3 had into the game. Like, it has its own content, but then everything that Need for Speed 3 had, like, it made Need for Speed 3 completely obsolete. It's only 2 seconds to get 5 states. And then on top of that, it was the first thing that actually had, like, fucking good career. You earn money and you have to like slip races that actually make slip races where you're gonna be fucked up. Right? And you have to like manage your garage, you have to upgrade, you know, you can customize a little bit. Like it was such a fucking upgrade, like there's such a big gap between 3 and high stakes. And for like a 9-minute game, man. Like 1999, just fucking fired. Just play this and enjoy the hell out of it. Amazing. And I complete with Porsche. And this is why I have another hard time rating it. I think about masterpiece and it's like, you know, fair. I sadly had a bit of a physical experience because setting this up was a nightmare. And the problem is, I had to play this digital paper. It's like, I had to use the D-pad for experience. And I spun out so much more. I had such a miserable experience with Forza. And a lot of people do this in Masterpiece. And I see why. It does everything that High Stakes does, but with like even more depth, you know? And there's heroes that both are like, you know, it's the thing. Best physics we have well. It's kind of sad, like, it's kind of sad that my experience with this game has been kind of ruined because I had like shit control. That's why I also never really got far in this game. But like, my personal shit experience aside, I think the best way of that is doing a 2000 game and 2000. This game released 21 years ago. And it has better physics. And so many games nowadays have so much more content than games nowadays have. Yeah, I think so too. But if I had better controls, I would probably put it into Masterpiece too. Now this is my tier list. I should rank this how I feel about these games. I don't have enough evidence to back up this Masterpiece. I like personal experience. I'm gonna let it rest in ST. If there was something like S plus or double S, I would put it there. The only Porsche, I don't like Porsche. There. Alright. Opposite 2. I'm not keeping it real with you guys. I had zero nostalgia for this game, so I'd like to think that you know, I don't have like pink tinted glasses for this game. So I played with like no expectations, no nothing. I just had like the most open mind for this as you possibly can. And for all intents and purposes, this is A tier. I know there's a lot of people that love this game that would put this in S or Masterpiece, and it's like, fine, okay. But if you think about it, man, this year is not much different than Hot Pursuit 3. I think High Stakes offered more, a lot more, Porsche 2 than Hot Pursuit 2. We're talking about the PS2 version, by the way. Fuck the PC version. Fuck it, like, literally just fuck the PC version. Like, it's just this PS2 version. Sure, it's one of those games that, you know, it sets out to do one thing and it does it really well, but it's a comfort that I have with so many racing games. It's just too repetitive. I don't like spending 10 plus minutes on the track in, like, this one, and, you know, but just like next race, car track next, car track next, car track next. And sadly, this is kind of still a thing. Like, High Stakes offered a lot more depth, you know. But you had currency, you had to buy cars, you had to bet your cars, you had to upgrade your cars. And sorry, but Hot Pursuit 2 has none of that. Hot Pursuit 2 from like a career standpoint is really much different than Hot Pursuit 3. The only difference is that it offers you some choice. Like, do you want to do this race or do you want to do this race? Which is something, you know. I'd much rather have that. But at the end of the day, it's still a very... It's bare bones compared to like a game to the game that released 3 years before. So Hot Pursuit 2, like, and don't get me wrong, like, there's so much love about this game. The soundtrack is banging, like, Although I never played it as a kid, I feel nostalgic about the soundtrack. Right? Very carless. Cops. Although I found the cops kind of annoying, but that's probably because I was just lacking the skill to actually like deal with them properly. It's good. I felt like the parts sometimes were a bit too floaty for my taste. The handling was definitely good enough that I didn't have like issues, but I feel like in some parts it was a bit too floaty. Definitely it's floaty on the PC version. Yeah, but it's still 80, guys. I'm just gonna be real. I know, like, nostalgia aside, dude, it's still 80. For all intents and purposes. Underground 1. So here's the funny thing. Everything I just said about Opposite 2, you can apply to Underground as well. Right? You can absolutely apply this to Underground as well. Actually, not really. You get money in Underground 1, you can buy cars, you can shoot your cars, and you can like customize your cars, you can upgrade. Yeah, not really. So Underground again like offers the depth that high stakes had, right? Maybe not as much, but still, you know. But it single-handedly revolutionized what Need for Speed is. Lots of people are saying AS, I read some masterpieces. Does the server spot that masterpiece? I don't know. I mean, okay. Let's compare Underground to Midnight Club 2. Because these two games, very similar. These two games are very similar. Midnight Club 2 and Underground. I think Underground just does this much more. And I think it's this little much that puts this into the masterpiece category. It's just a game that I replay all the time, right? And that's the thing, like I replay Underground all the time. And I think it's just because this game is just like, it's just fucking fun, man. Like what is there about Underground 1 that isn't to like, man? Banger soundtrack, banger atmosphere, banger cars, banger customization. Racing was really exciting, although the rubber was bullshit there. It's just like, it nails everything, man. If it weren't for the rubber band. Yeah, but I feel like the rubber band didn't ruin the game for me, you know? It ruined a few races, but it didn't ruin my experience. Well, actually, there are a few races where it's pretty BS. But, come on, it has to be masterpiece, man. It did so much, not just for the Need for Speed genre, but the franchise, but also for like the racing genre in general. Like it single-handedly made customization such a popular thing. It has to be masterpiece, man. Underground 2, and this is really where the opinions split. And I can't say anything without at least offending someone. So I'm just gonna say what I think and ignore everyone. I think Underground 2 is one of those perfect examples for one step forward, one step back. It adds the open world, which is fucking great. Baby, it was fucking amazing, man. Right? It adds more game modes. But the game modes are kind of meh. Like Street X. I just enjoy Street X, man. You have the URLs, which is like on real racetracks, but it's just not as fun. And it's super like overdone. Right? It is just like super overdone. And you have the open world, which is like cool, and you have like stuff to explore, which is really cool. But then you need to drive to all the events and all the shops, and half your playtime is essentially just driving to certain things. But you're not doing anything. Right? So like, it's like with Underground 2, it's just like one step forward, one step backward. Like for everything that this game adds to the game, it's like, wow, it's cool, but when you play it some more, then you're like, well, actually now I'm gonna annoy it because of it. Two things that this game would need to do for me to put this into the masterpiece category. Number one, actually come with fast traveling, so you actually don't need to drive to the races all the time. And number two, do just fuck the final stage, man. That's just the game is so annoyingly boring, man. Way too many races. Like, the game sadly overstates its welcome, man. You've done the events like a billion times by now. I think it's time to end it, man.
2, 1.
Yeah, fast traveling, more interesting career, and no realm events. I mean, still like the realm event, I didn't really like too much, man. Oh yeah, also antagonist. Like the story was a joke. Let's be real here. The story's a joke. We can't just say, oh, it's really cool story. No, they tried to make a story, and the story was just not memorable. They don't need to be like a masterpiece like San Francisco, but at least create something that is memorable. Do that with not have the characters except for not all the characters actually, except for Rachel, because Rachel was hot. Like, it's A. It's A. For Rachel, because Rachel was hot. Like, it's A. It's A. If you put in S, cool. I can understand. But for me personally, what I always notice that Underground 2 falls short is because I never finish it. Every time I play Underground 2 again, I never finish it. I can't remember the last time I finished this game. I don't even remember if I ever finished it. Underground 1, every time I start playing it, I always finish it. Sure, because it's shorter, but I feel like that can be a strength. Anyway, things always be long. Example, Vernacular Ballet. Example, example, Underground. Even Dirt Rally. These games are all way too long. And they just don't have enough variety in them to like justify the game. So Underground 2 for me personally is an 8, which is game. Like all the games that are an 8 here are all just like this is still a really good rating, which is like Underground 2 is still a really good game. I think Underground 1 was just it's so much more. It's just more same, but the thing with GT4 is GT4 is not a game that I personally see as like, I don't think GT4 is like, GT4 is a game that you just play every now and then. We always have something to do, it doesn't really meant to be. So, Underground Rivals? Actually, I'll play that. Actually, play Underground Rivals. I haven't played all of the PSP, yeah, but good. I'm not sure how good all of the PSP racing games are. I've never Rivals out there. You know, whatever it is. Let's talk about Most Wanted for like a millionth time. Why does this game get so much hate recently? I don't understand. It seems overrated, I'm sure. You know, there's people that treat this game as like the holy grail. And you know what? This is still an epic. It's still like, come on, dude. It literally has the best comps and the most fun and interactive and enjoyable comps in any racing game. There's literally not a single racing game that has more fun comps than Most Wanted. Not just in the way they work, where it's like, you know, people usually say, yeah, comps and two have better comps because they're smarter, and Most Wanted just has this like quantity approach, but I actually prefer the quantity approach, right? I got super annoyed by those comps. They would just constantly yell at them and just kind of ruin my flow. Was fucking stupid, but that made the fun of it because it was so easy to trick them and it felt like super powerful when we did that. And the fact that there were so many and you could all destroy them, right? And they also had like a purpose, yeah? You know, the milestones and the bounty, like you actually had like reason to interact with them and they would show up and race and it's just, you don't get better than that. what can you still do with the concept of wanted? Okay, sure, you can make them a bit smarter, sure, maybe level 1. But what a joke. I'm gonna tell you exactly why Most Wanted deserves the masterpiece ranking. Because it absolutely nails the concept of escalation. Right? Like the concept of escalation in a game or in any art form. You start off with this shitbox against these silly fucking combat. And you just like this whole time you and you have nobody, you have nothing. No one knows you, no one cares about you, just whatever. And then it slowly builds up. It builds up, it builds up, it builds up, and sure, maybe it takes a little bit too long. Maybe, you know, I also agree, maybe Most Wanted would have been better if it only had like 10 blacklist members instead of 15. But dude, in the end, like, it all builds up, and at the end, you're like the most wanted dude, and everyone wants to think, man. Like, the entire fucking United States comes after your ass. And it feels so insanely good. You just go from nobody to like the absolute fucking terror. Like it's escalation done perfect. That's why this deserves masterpiece. Like it just boils up so hard. It's perfect. Actually, yeah, you still have like the story, which is like, you know, super memorable villains. Everyone knows Raze, everyone knows Cross. You know? And even if you fucking hate Most Wanted, you still know who Razor and Cross are. And I think that just shows how memorable this stuff is, you know? Sure, the, you know, customization was a step back. Fine. Sure, it was repetitive, fine, but dude, it's still a masterpiece. People still talk about this game, people still play this game. It's a masterpiece. I was wondering why people still talk about this game. It's still memorable. I actually really enjoyed that you had these like different card types, like tuners, muscle cards, and blah. It was with atmosphere, like so much atmosphere, so much like the kidney race, chef's kiss. And also my favorite drift mode, like the drifting in this game is just fucking fun as hell. And yeah, you almost had the crew members, but I don't think the crew members were actually. I don't think the game needed crew members. I don't think it made the game significantly better or worse. But Carmen is still a good one, man. It's just sadly short. Sadly, it's just short, but it's still good. I think you guys were right. Like, it doesn't really deserve the masterpiece position because it didn't really like elevate the genre like all of these other games it did. But it still is such a good game. Carmen on the City. This one I played. I think this one gets. Yeah, it's late here. I think Carmen on the City is surprisingly decent. It was the first and only PSP Need for Speed that I played. It's not Masterpiece. I think for Masterpiece the handling is there, man. The handling and the sense of speed sadly is quite Masterpiece. The story kind of sucks. Yeah, fine, but I think the story is kind of like historic. It's obviously better than original Carmen. It doesn't offer the same equipment, and you just don't really have the same level of movement. I think it's just a really nice equipment with Carmen, and that's one that I really can't do. I think it's just like the methods. The game effectively, the methods are pretty boring. They get the content out there, but only then complete. It's just different things when it comes to how the numbers of content, and I think the storyline, I think the storyline was just kind of ending, but the story itself was actually interesting. So it had a fair share of weird points, but it was still interesting. I think it's fun. I think it's a fun time. Honestly, it's just a fun time. Like every other game, it's a game that's just a fun time. Nothing like groundbreaking, nothing that will blow your mind away. It's just games that are a fun time. I think for that, some of people credit. Not true. It's funny. Another cover. I think we got another candidate for these two. Which one's better than but I think that's better you like gonna come and go. Honestly, the like about it, I just don't think it's more it's enough to like put it in the CYD well. Now! I think it just depends on the conditions that I can't put it into C. I can't put it into yeah, we're ranking the PC version. I don't think it's too different. We're ranking the PC version. Because it's the heck. I sure can't stick to a highest, you know, the story's kind of funny, songs are kind of interesting. But at the end of the day, it's still a fun tradition kind of fucking game that really doesn't function as a tradition. Yeah, they did finish it. The environment is great, the graphics are awful. The graphics itself are like the virtual treatment of the whole like. The thing is like, games I would never recommend them, right? There are games that I would just never ever recommend this one. And the other cover is never going to recommend friends that never played it very good. Or they try it, I would never do that. I'm not gonna end moderate. I'm not gonna end moderate again. I did this shift to, I did actually put them to end shift 2, but I feel like shift and shift 2 are very much on the same level. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Some people will fucking told you to go to the right, doesn't even mean right. That's pretty good. I would rather pick shit before I pick Red on the board. I would rather play this before I play Red on the board. I think those two are like the most comparable here. Sure, Red on the board has like most more than Riley, but I feel like shit also so much more.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really get this. But it's effective on shit. That is literally the best thing you should have anyway to get. Like, this is how well others, a game like this, have like the best thing I've ever seen in any racing game. It shouldn't stop with something like that. Just a second, I can finish it. I never finished Red Hollow 4, I never finished it 4, but I didn't finish it. And I think the games are games that you finish. I no idea. It should be great. I cannot say that you should finish different games. I know that it's done. But I cannot stop it. It has like a variety, man. You have like a progression, and you have good variety. You have shit with fucking I can't say I would pick any of I can confidently say I would pick the shit of any of those games. CR games that are just kind of like forgettable. I guess shit also like kind of really forgettable in a way where never played them. I never played them on my original one, like 10 or whatever. So maybe now if I play that, my opinion could change, but okay, so it has like a good thing with your thing, you know? That's really fun, really interesting track. You have like, actually a lot of personality in Nitro. You have like good soundtrack, you have like interesting characters that are like awesome. I don't think the driving is that bad, so it's kind of like normal gaming, but it's really fun track. I didn't expect it's spin-off. Like, I think for what it sets out to be, it's not terrible. But that's not good. Perfect for me, in my opinion. And the components, I guess that's just kind of the style they went for, either you like it or you don't have a real good. But in that case, you did it. Big brain on that, you're gonna shock your brain and just find out that you play. Now, it's the brain then. I think it's popular enough for us. The thing is, for me, so that was it's the perfect 8 out of 10 game. It's the perfect 8 out of 10. It doesn't do much, but for what it does it well. It doesn't have like a lot of depth. It's very simple, but it's a really good simple game. Hey Fleming, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. It's just the perfect, simple game. It doesn't have any of the complexity that like High Stakes and Portrait had, you know. It's simple, but it's fun, you know. I guess, did I say thanks for the follow? Thanks for the raid. There we go. So like, that's easy A tier. This is a super comfortable A tier, you know. Nothing like game changing. But it's normal. It's like it was 8 years. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, man. So, Need for Speed World. Do we rank Need for Speed World like it was when it was still online? So like by EA run servers? Or do we rank Need for Speed World like it is today? Yeah, absolutely. And I thought that was also pretty fun to play, I would say.
That was on fucking ace. I smashed that.
But yeah, for EA servers, it would probably have also listen to like that and not the PC probably. I think I'm gonna rank Need for Speed World based on what it is nowadays with the EA run servers. Because if I rank it for most of the EA servers, then I'm gonna rank
Like 500
nowadays.
Okay. Fucking hell.
It's an 80.
Top. Fucking.
Without on EA servers, I would give this a C.
So it's 1.5 from
I mean, it's cool, it's amazing.
6, doesn't it?
They add content to the game, like, you know, cars. They add races to the game, like the races. And the community run events. None of the fucking microtransaction shit. It's still kind of grindy. I mean, it depends on which server you go to. Just a good experience. It just never felt that long because I just felt like I'm doing the same thing over and over. That's why I would choose it to S tier for stuff. It's been episodes on my actually. I didn't see trending. But people see. After playing it again, you see. With like smoother frame rate, better resolution. I actually give this game a fair shot, it's good 8. The sad thing about the run, it's just kind of, it's the same thing as with, where was it? Carbon. It kind of falls short, right? The run also just kind of falls short. But I feel like Carbon offered a bit more than the run, and it had like a bit more finesse when it comes to like the handling and physics. The run was just kind of like, it's another good game, but nothing really that deserves like S tier. Hated every second of the run. I mean, everyone had like, you know, different experiences. I know like it was just pretty fucking buggy at launch. I still enjoy the run. I think you actually get more enjoyment out of it if you do the Challenge series. The Challenge series is actually pretty good. Okay, do I want to start a riot in chat? I think I do. Also, let's wait till the C tier. Now, don't even fucking hit me with like, oh, but if you ignore the most wanted title, they should get a nice. Fuck no. My experience with Most Wanted 2012, I tried picking this game up several times. Actually, let me tell you my story with Most Wanted 2012. So, this was my first PC racing game. So the first racing game that I got for PC. And I liked it. It was my, when it came out I was like 12 or 13. And I liked it. Yeah, it was like my first PC racing game. It was like also the most modern racing game I had. And, you know, it was like, you know, I liked it. And then the more I came back to it and the older I got, the more I realized that there's so many like severe issues with this game that makes it hard for me to like recommend to anyone. And again, like, I don't care that it's called Most Wanted. I don't care that it has the Need for Speed name. We all know it's Burnout Clone, but it's a really bad Burnout Clone. Like, the best thing you can compare Most Wanted to is Paradise, but what does Most Wanted do? And Paradise doesn't. Paradise does everything. Paradise does everything Most Wanted does, but better. And like, what I always fall back to, and I think a lot of people don't realize this, the main issue with Most Wanted 2012 is the crashing. It's the crashing. Like, the handling is already kind of a pagan, because there is such a massive input delay. There's such a massive input delay where you can't... I even noticed this when I started playing as a 13-year-old, and I liked the game. I liked the game as a 13-year-old, and even back then I noticed it. Like, you steer, the car does nothing, and then it steers, you stop steering, the car still steers, and then it stops. And this, in addition to like a super sensitive crash model, ruins the entire flow of the game for me. Like, the main problem I have with Most Wanted is game flow. It's not the name, it's not that it's a bad Paradise code, it's nothing, it's not none of that. It's just that the game flow is bad. Yeah, exactly, like typical crash, you touch something slightly and you crash. And the thing is, sure, that kinda also happens in Paradise. Not nearly as often, because in Paradise the tracks, or like the roads, are much wider. And you don't crash out all the time. But when it happens in Paradise, it's at least fun to look at, because the cars, like, they really get like dismantled and everything. It's so boring, and fucking Most Wanted 2012, like, nothing happens to the cars, they don't flip over, there's just nothing happens. And it happens like, it's like 20-second driving, crash, 20-second driving, crash, 20-second driving, crash, like, and this is the game, man. And only gets worse the further you go. So like, the game flow is horrible. And then you add to that the career is boring as fuck. There's virtually the most like bland progression you can even think of. The game having zero personality. Like, why should I not put this into C tier? I know this game has good qualities. I know the map is good. I know the cars is actually cars is just kind of mediocre. There's only like a few interesting cars to have. I know the map is good. I know the sounds are good. I know the multiplayer is good. But dude, all of these games have something to offer, man. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't change the fact that the game flow is bad. It doesn't matter if I ignore the title, it doesn't matter if I play multiplayer, the game flow will always be bad. And this is why Most Wanted 2012 for me is C tier. I know the graphics are great. But it grows well as great graphics too. C tier, let's bury it. Rivals. This way I will keep offending people now. I don't give a fuck, dude. Rivals for me is B tier.
Did you know that the best way to make extra income on Amazon is not by setting up an online store or selling physical?
Rivals is actually genuinely better. Is it? Then again, I don't know, man. Is it? It has the same issues, though. I think it has the same game flow issue, but not as extreme, not too extreme. Hey Kayla, thank you for the 3 months, man. Appreciate it.
This is a nice evening, nice people to hang out.
Hey, also to you, man. Appreciate it. I feel like Rivals... The thing with Rivals, it takes a lot of steps back. I know it's fucking broken, I know it released in 30 FPS. I played it in 60, so I'm gonna judge it as I played it in 60 because that's literally the only way I experienced the game in 60. I know it's broken, I know it's fucked, I know it's always on, I know it's gonna happen. But dude, the base career is still more fun. There's actually something going on. Although for the most part I didn't really understand because the cutscenes are just like some random talking that doesn't make any sense. At least there was something to do. At least you had like objectives, you know? And it wasn't just like collect this amount of speed points. Which you could literally finish most of 2012 by just driving around. You don't need to do any race to finish it. You just drive around until you get like 10 million speed points and finish it, then so that's like this GG experience, right? So I'm aware of all the issues that Rivals has, but I feel like at the end of the day, since it doesn't have any of the core issues most Wanted 2012 had, I actually ended up enjoying Rivals more. Exactly, progression was more fun. You didn't crash, you still crashed out, and the crashes were still fucking boring. But it didn't happen nearly as much. I think the map was more interesting. Sure, it didn't make sense how within like 2 seconds you went from like forest area to snow area, but it was certainly more interesting. Handling was better. It had some customization and like interesting upgrading. You know, you could also like level up the weapons, like it was actually cool. Like Rivals, me too. I think I'm supposed to be I know of the problems too. The games that did with B tier. B tier are games that are still enjoyable. And I think Rivals falls under the category. C is games that have too many flaws and issues that I can't recommend these, and D are just games that just overall have so much wrong with them that I can't recommend this to at least anybody. I think when we're talking about games that have been still somewhat enjoyable, some people I think Rivals is good. That's it. No limits. Speed no limits. Actually, I am for this never play category. Actually, I actually never play limits. It's all for the gameplay. One thing that I noticed about No Limits is that the races seem really fucking short. It's the same problem that Asphalt 9 had when I talked about it like 3 hours ago. When you have races that are just 30 seconds long, they can never be satisfying. They can never ever be satisfying. It's just not possible. Because there's no anticipation building up, there's no competition building up within those 30 seconds that makes the game, that makes the race satisfying. But again, I've never played No Limit, so I can't really act on it, but it seems like C tier. I'm not sure how egregious the microtransactions are, but it seems like C tier. Like pretty much the same as Asphalt 9. Arrowzeta, thanks for the gift sub. One more. Appreciate it. And Libby, thank you for the raid. Another one. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, No Limit's I never played. And we actually only have like 2 more Need for Speed games left. Raccoons have been around for 40,000 years. Let's go. I always want to learn more about raccoons. I'm trying to learn. And Jinichi throwing out a gift sub for Curiosity. Thank you so much for it. I'm trying. And Killipin throwing in 500 bits. I don't think I'm a sheer about Sunday. But I thank you, man. From Quest. Dude, Quest always directs on so many people to me, man. I gotta give him gifts or something. Not the first time. There's always response if I have the raids going on as well. Yeah, let me thank you for that. I appreciate it. Payback. I think Payback is not a divisive game, but honestly, personally, for me, it's BT again. Michael Spidey, thanks for the follow as well. If we have established that B tier are games that are problematic and have issues, but ultimately are still enjoyable, Payback falls under that category. Anyone, thanks for the gifts today and one week of life. Appreciate it. Payback falls under the same category. I think Payback has issues, the upgrading's crap, we all know that. The story's kinda crap, we all know that. The graphics / like the map are kind of crap, we all know that. But dude, at the end of the day, it's still a enjoyable game. I have fun with Payback. Like, after 2015, Payback felt like a really necessary breath of fresh air. I think the biggest problem that I have with Payback is that it has no identity. It's just generic action racing game numbers for 2069. GG, thanks for the gift sub to Flappy. But at the end of the day, it was still fun. I like the driving, I like the customization. I like that, you know, sometimes you had to do different things, like the progression was actually really fun. You know, you make it through, like, the teams. There's a few, like, callbacks solo Need for Speed, which I enjoyed, you know, it was fun. I enjoyed Payback. Check mini games, I mean, those are ordered alphabetically. Right now we're at N. They're still coming. It's like, you know, if you ever wanted to play like a Fast and Furious game, this Payback is your best chance. It's fun. Heat. Heat, I think Heat was good. I was pleasantly surprised with Heat. Good experience. If they had some multiplayer, I would even put it into S tier. We're all kind of tired at this point of the break and drift. Break to drift, I mean. And sure, some of it was just kind of meh. Like the day racing, kind of meh. But dude, the story was good. The story was good. That's the speed was good. Progression was good. Like the entire single player was just really good. Customization was good. The map was kind of okay. I don't have any like strong feelings about the map. It was okay. It served the purpose. Now, if only this game had multiplayer, or like good DLC, I would put this easily to S. That's the legendary 2015 title. I don't know which game you're talking about now. Yeah, he does A. He does A. It's just kind of sad because it could have been more. Okay, with medical issues, second playthrough was really fun. Yeah, It's ATR games that, by all accounts, you know, all accounts are not perfect, but super enjoyable. Like I can recommend these games here without like any buts. That's good. It's good stuff. I liked it. I think most people did. Alright, that is it for the Need for Speed games. Holy shit, dude! It probably took an hour by itself. Cops. Don't have many chances to defend yourself other than ramming. Yeah, I feel like the cops are good, but only if you know that you can like dunk them and move them. I think if you don't know about that strat, you're probably gonna have a lot more miserable time. I still think like the cops are not by far not perfect in Heat. I don't think you should have out if the cops are this aggressive, in my opinion. I don't even know Midtown Madness games. I just never played it, so they never played category. Where's the creature, man? Let's move on. That was it for Need for Speed. Next up we have Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Then I never played it. I did play the original Outrun. And I saw like a lot of gameplay of Outrun 2006, but I can't judge it by myself. I didn't play a lot of Mario Kart games that were older. But it looks fun. It looks like a fun, you know. And thanks for the hype train, guys. Appreciate it. Might be young. I got a cute little emoji. Alright, well, Outrun, it looks fun though. It looks like a fun, simple racing game. Okay, Project Cars 1 and 2, I never played these. I'm not really a sim racing guy. What I gathered from PC 1 was pretty terrible. PC 2 fixed some issues and had something to offer that I guess other sim racing games didn't. It actually had some like variety with like tracks and stuff, but it was still pretty plagued with issues. I never played either of these. Because holy fuck, they were bunched. And I'm also not that huge on like sim racing games, so maybe I'll check it out at some point. PC 1 I'll definitely ignore. PC 3. I'll put it into B tier. Although you said it perfectly, it's literally what I wanted to say. It's B tier, but it tickles the balls of A tier. If it didn't have so much bullshit, it could have been A tier. Played Outrun on arcade. Oh yeah, original Outrun is super fun. PC 3. It's a fun time, but you need to be willing to deal with a bunch of crap. You need to be able to deal with unfair AI. You need to be able to deal with money starvation. You need to be able to deal with cars that are just not viable. But above all, I think this is actually a pretty nice experience if you somewhat enjoy the shift games. If you can find some enjoyment in the shift games, PC3 is for you. I think this is actually kind of better than the shift games. But not good enough that I could put it into A tier. I feel like a lot of people shit on this game because obviously it's but who gives a fuck, man? I don't give a fuck, I just want to play a good game. I enjoyed PC3. I had my issues and eventually I dropped the game too because I was molding to it. The one thing that was actually a saving grace for PC3 that never gets brought up this game, the great multiplayer. Sadly, was only alive for 2 weeks before people stopped playing. PC3 had great multiplayer. You had you could do a lot of stuff in PC3 multiplayer-wise. You had like some really good competitions. You had scheduled events, you had quick play, which was kind of bad. The quick play, you had like time trials that updated every like day, week, or month. That was good stuff. Like I actually quite enjoyed PC3. Project Gotham Racing 4. Sadly, another one that I never played for the simple reason that I actually didn't have an Xbox 360 for the longest time. My Xbox 360 only survived for like a couple weeks. But it's good. It's definitely a game that I hope I can get to play at some point.
Three, two, one.
It's I definitely enjoy TDO 2 more. I know a lot of people enjoy it too. A lot of people enjoy TD1 more because it has better handling. Which, fair. TD Solarcrown is supposed to release in a month, fucked off. That thing's probably not coming out until next year, man. But I feel like TD2, I love Ibiza. I actually love Ibiza a lot more than Hawaii. And even to Hawaii, like you have the map from TD1, and it has like more roads added to it. And again, you know, you have a much more interesting progression, you have like more character, more personality, you know, the characters themselves. It's just more of everything. At the compromise of the handling, which again, I don't think is bad, it's just worse. But just because it's worse doesn't mean it's bad. I think it's completely fine. S tier. The Crew 1. I would probably put the Crew 1 into... I mean, again, like as a reminder, we judge these games based on their last update. We don't judge these games based on when they release. When it released, I would have probably given this a C tier. But the updates really turned this game around. I would put this in A tier. The handling still isn't quite there, but bro, this game offers a lot. Again, not just because of the size, but because it actually has both size and detail. Sure, you have your spots where there's nothing going on, like the Grand Canyon, it's just a bunch of rocks. But you have like so many sites, like all of these custom-made buildings everywhere, that you actually encourage to like explore, right? But the Crew 1 I actually really enjoyed, man. Yeah, you have these like really long races you can do for like a shit ton of cash, and you can buy cars, and you can customize them, blah. I also enjoyed the single player. I like the story mode. It was cool. It wasn't like the most groundbreaking story. It was just like generic, you know, car movie story. But I meant TD, okay. I think I enjoyed the Crew 1 a fair bit, mostly. And then we come to the Crew 2. I think we have another candidate for the C tier, man. They took out everything that I liked about the Crew 1, like everything that was a saving grace in the Crew 1, because I'm fully aware that the Crew 1 has issues with like handling and shit. They took all the fun stuff out and fixed none of the issues. The handling, marginally better, still not there, the cars still feel like they have no weight and no like power. And there's just no feeling with the cars.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment.
There's nothing to do in the world. Like, the Crew 2 just has nothing to do, man. Like, what do you do in the open world, man? Nothing.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
And the Crew 2 was just like, hey, let's remove all the fun things and fix those issues and then add a bunch of stuff to it that literally fight the mobile games.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix.
Well, the Crew 2 is I'm sorry. I know there's people playing it, so people are playing it. It's not really tough. The Fast and Furious.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision.
Again, like these series games that are long, but it's still enjoyable. I think Fast and Furious 3 just falls under the category.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
I think you want the racing was down, but either. It's fine. Like, honestly, pick it up. It might take you some time to get used to it. As with all more games in like the category here. I actually enjoyed that. Reckless Backdoor Follow. Okay. I have to put this into never played category.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour.
We all know where
I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible.
I have to put it in the never played category. We all know where it belongs. If anything, like, for a game to be in the never played category, it's probably worth.
This is it, the final race of this year's U.S. Speed Tour. I want to say one last special thank you to Motoflix for making this all possible. Their vision and investment have been just unparalleled in the world of motorsport. So here's looking at many more years of their involvement with the USST.
Final stretch, final row here. Final, I think, 12 games or so. Maxwell game, also never played it. Maxwell is fun, it looks like a C game. Oh yeah, I never played the Maxwell game. Also can't fight anymore because he missed it. Tonka Race Driver 3. I think that's medium. But it would be a B minus. It does offer a lot of variety and the ending is nice, but my god, it's frustrating. I've molded so hard playing that game. But it's okay, I think Tonka 3 is the perfect thing. It's like the equal, I guess, to the good games which ended up being like that. That's I would put it into A. That's B. The Tonka Extreme Race again. I actually played most of these on stream. The first one is C. The second one is C is C and 3 is yeah. It's made up of left here and both. I'm thinking I rank this in very, very fast. I think the Tonka Extreme Racer game, they're all kind of the same. Like, we're only like Martin Shadow. I think Tonka Extreme Racer one had one open angle. But since it was an old game and it was like the first one in Dreamcast, it wasn't, two I actually probably liked the most along with 3. And 0 was just a remaster or that actually ended up looking worse. I took away some of the personality. Holy shit, Sydney, thanks for the 5 bits up. Appreciate it. So yeah. I don't know, like they all just kinda toasted like CM personally. But with all these games, they're just way too repetitive and grindy, but you know, for some people like that. Trackmania games. Starting with Trackmania United Forever. And I think...
Here's a fun fact. The fastest speed ever recorded in a competitive racing event was 372 kilometers per hour. Until today. These drivers are blowing that record out of the water. So hats off to them.
I think United, I'm not that it has. It's probably the best Trackmania they ever made. So much variety and most of the race had the fun. I think most was one place or island. One was a slow Ferrari all in all. Good stuff. Oh yeah, multiplayer was great. Multiplayer was absolutely great. Yeah, that's actually done. Trackmania Turbo. I think that's 8. The thing is, I honestly, I'm not too big of a fan of Trackmania. I gotta be honest, so it's always like, yeah, this was fun, you know. But I think Trackmania Turbo deserves an 8 spot. There's really much wrong with Trackmania Turbo. It just didn't offer the same amount of variety that United had. I feel like United was just more ambitious than Turbo. But Turbo was still at least fun. And then we have Trackmania 2020, and this one I actually haven't played yet. I'm not sure what this game is like yet. I don't know what it's going for, but I actually never played it. I have to get to it at some point. Maybe I'm just not that big with the player that game. Yeah. The style thing I took a little exposure in is the thing. Re-Rally 4. I could have also added the other Re-Rally games, but I only added 4 because it's the only one I played. I played this very recently and it's the event. It's here. It is nothing special. I don't have much experience in like game of this game than if I, you know, I enjoyed it. Basically it's like 5 different event types. And they all are actually pretty different, but only one of them is like really good. The Trailblazing. Like the Trailblazer event is pretty out. Like events are good, but they only have like 2 or 3 tracks. So it's kind of like and the rest is just kind of really pretty shit. But it's good. Yeah, I never played Mario Kart 64 on the Super. Why about a Mega Collection? Exactly, I didn't play this much. I feel like I should, but no, it's actually that. So good. Like the thing is, I was never huge on anti-gravity races. I was never huge on anti-gravity races. I can totally understand why some people put this in the masterpiece category. Which is I have like not enough experience to do steps of racing and play masterpiece and whatnot. Yeah, someone who doesn't really play a lot of anti-gravity races, but I was pleasantly surprised with this one. So, fun. I played somewhere. I only played like a little bit of one of them. It's like a collection of like 3 games. It's so good though. It's so fun. Great soundtrack, great handling, great gameplay. That's good. I feel like when I get into like anti-gravity races, this game will, but this will actually get into from this type of genre. Mario Kart for life. Not sure if there's much like this. There's not 3 games left. One Hand Midnight Mexican King 5. Shit, I almost forgot that it's illegal. I could have added like at least one mission again. This I actually played recently on stream, like a few months ago. And it's team here. And not S-Unit. What makes this S-Unit? It's driving. It is Just driving on a straight line, or mostly a straight line, over and over and over. It's not that special, man. It's the thing. It's honestly not much better than the fucking Street Racer games. It does have better handling, but that is true. It has better handling and better graphics. But at least Tokyo Street Racer 2 and 3, they had like some kind of upgrading. So like the twin racing, that is work on your car, you can build it. What do you do? What have we like? Nothing. You just pick your car, and you can customize it a little bit. That's kind of it. Like, then you just do the same thing over and over and over and over until you get bored. And a story, story that I couldn't really see because there was like a bunch of pictures on the screen that I can't read the rest of the room. I think the problem with Manga Magazine, Manga Midnight is just the sheer repetitiveness. It is so repetitive. Like you can play literally 10 minutes of the game and you've seen everything. You've not seen all the tracks, you've not seen all the cars, but it's not really going to be any different. It's still mostly a straight line where you have to dodge some traffic and block your opponent. And that is the game. That being said, it's enjoyable. I had fun, but I didn't have enough fun to be playing more than 5 hours. Usually people say, what would I give it? Never played. Never played the game. So yeah, you want to play against it, fine, like you can have fun with it, but again, like these long games that it's so fine and relevant. Like if you need to race games like all these games, like try them out, see if you like them. Maybe you like them, maybe you don't. Up to you. Speed is the tier where I would say move forward on the good shit. Speed is the game where I would seriously say don't play these. And Garbage is literally like laugh at these games. Look at these games and laugh at them. Alright, we've arrived at the final game. Breakfast. Spiritual successor to the Flatout game design ranked into the Masterpiece category. And Breakfast as the spiritual successor. As you know, people say A. It's hard. If it was an A+, I would give it an A+. If it was an A+, I would give it an A+. But I think it's better than an A. And it's so much fun to Breakfast today. The Breakfast, like the boosting, I know that they kind of went for like a more realistic approach for Breakfast, but I feel like it was to the detriment. It really did miss the boosting, and like, you know, that there was actually an incentive to like brand others that went beyond just a couple of it, you know? It would focus on the updated A because of the better physics and particularly look at that, man. Updated things that do arcade. Okay. Good to know. Maybe I'll check out some of them yet at some point. But yeah, Breakfast is A tier. It's still good, and I think it's probably one of the best games that you can currently buy if you want, you know, a new racing game with like a very alive online multiplayer. The game has like a really alive and decent online multiplayer. It's super enjoyable. Like I played the entire career and I had my fun. I feel like at some point I got a bit too repetitive when they like said you're like 10 lap races. It's just like, why? But it has everything in the game that it needs to be good. Like it's, you know, the races, although they're not as exciting as like Flatout 2, are still fun. There's upgrading, customization, online multiplayer, like, it's good. It's good, it's just plain good. But for S tier, it's just missing a bit of that excitement. Like it's just missing that little edge that puts it from a good game to a great game, you know? But still, like, Breakfast, super recommendable. Do we do it? We actually do it? I can say it's cute, yeah. I think it's on screen. I can take a picture of it, I guess. There we go. Quick capture. I could also press on $10 here. Okay. Just gonna screen cap of this downloaded by people. Okay. That's good. I'll make a bit out of it. I think I'll actually post the entire thing on YouTube. I'm planning to do a live reaction E3 after some splits. I'm not sure. Maybe I will. Well, I mean, I'll share this with you guys. I'm actually gonna try to copy this here. See if it works. Well, that's just mine. Oh,
What the fuck?
that should work for you guys. Let me know if this link works for you properly. And then you can do your tier list and share the Discord if you want to. I think I want to leave that as a full video though. I don't think I want to do anything, actually. I think it's gonna be nice, it's like a long video to listen to. But yeah, thank you for watching on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed so that the tier list. I don't know the fun. Let's say about the racing game. Sorry if your favorite racing game didn't make it, but this moved away again like 147 games. I had to cut it at some point. But yeah, thanks for watching. A lot of people enjoy TU1 more because it has better handling. Which... There's nothing quite like browsing the used car dealer in a Gran Turismo game. A wide selection of all kinds of brands, models, and eras blend together in one simple menu for you to explore. The first iteration of the system started off in Gran Turismo 4 for the PlayStation 2, and it is very much recommended to start your GT career with one of the many cars on offer. You can start in a small K car, or an entry-level sports car, or even something more luxurious if the mileage is high enough. The possibilities for starting the career mode in GT4 and how to progress from there are near endless. And the used car market, which updates regularly, plays a big role in that. But have you ever thought about completing the entire game with it? How many cups can you complete with just pre-owned cars? What does that even mean to beat Gran Turismo 4? Let's set up some ground rules. The challenge today will be to play Gran Turismo 4 using only used cars found in the 3 used car dealerships. That means price cars from cups and license tests, as well as special gifts and of course brand new vehicles from any car dealer, are forbidden. I am however allowed to sell and upgrade any car I like, as long as I exclusively enter each race with a pre-owned car. As such, doing license tests is still allowed as they don't count as a traditional race, and would otherwise render the challenge impossible anyways. The goal of the challenge is to reach and beat the Gran Turismo World Championship in the Professional League, as that one triggers the game credits, which to me signifies the end of the game. Can it be done? Can you beat Gran Turismo 4 using only used cars? After obtaining my first license, it was time to pick a starter car and find out. Right, so where's the used car dealership? Alright, so we have a CRX. Not bad. But honestly, I think the options we have right now are not even bad. Lancer Evo. I think that's when I started my first playthrough of this game off with. Well, at least it's not pink. Hey, S15. I mean, we can afford it. Alright, yeah, sure, let's see. I mean, why not? Let's just see what it does. Alright, starting off with Sylvia. Alright, our first used car. I didn't even see the mileage. Buying a used car without actually looking up the mileage. That is a good idea. You should all implement it in real life. Okay, oil change. First things first. Yeah, that one looks super fun. Okay, wheel shop. Slap some nice wheels on this thing. Let's go with these. Let's see if we can maybe upgrade it a little bit. So honestly, like that's the best thing you could do to your car in the beginning. Weight reduction, tires. Okay. Well, I think that's as good as it gets. I think it has like 250 horsepower. It's actually really good for the start. Alright, so Sunday Cup. Dude, we're actually dominating. Holy shit, what kind of car did I pick here for the start? I think we're gonna really decent deal with the Silver here, not gonna lie. Pretty smooth drive. I kinda wanna see if I can't actually get into a Silvia only race. Pretty sure that's the thing. But we might have to upgrade this car a little bit more. We wanna be competitive. You can just cut in these games, right? I'm definitely gonna cheat on later races. Because I feel like they're gonna be a bit tougher if we can only use used cars. Okay, we're now basically at the same amount of money as we started off with.
Don't forget to check your
We
mailbox.
basically made our money back from the Silvia already, which is good. But it seems like we're kind of on par with the competition here. Looking at the cars. You think it will be easy? I think, you know, the beginning is gonna be fine. Like, I managed to actually find a decent Silvia for, I think, close to 10k. But I think later on, like when you want to actually get to the later
It is
races,
no
like,
small feat to build a racetrack
last
over a
cup,
Great Lake,
and
especially when you consider that Lake
pretty sure you're
Michigan
gonna
can get
beat
to over
basic race
900
cars,
feet
so
deep.
you're gonna have to find something really good. It's worth mentioning that at this point, I decided to stay oblivious to the actual opponents I would get in later championships. In general, I did very little pre-planning and just took
The
the
engineering
challenges
team
as they
used the
came my
same
way.
deep water construction
Simply tried my
technology
best to get
seen
through
in the
start
world.
of game in my yellow Silvia. Don't paint! Ah, fuck. I'm swinging to the pit lane, like this. Okay, let's see what we get as a price car here. Skyline. Ah, that's a nice one. I have to sell it. Alright, goodbye. But that one actually gives you 5k only. We're now sitting at 25,000. I could now try to buy a car. Anyone want to know if there's like a Silvia Cup? Yeah, indeed. And this seems doable though. I think it's slightly faster. The thing is the AI is pretty fast on this track, so I'm not sure how well we can do it. Oh yeah, right, there was only 3 races. What do we get? Oh yeah, right, it's the lady. So we have a decent amount of money. I kinda wanna check back with the used car. Check, so I'm not sure how well we can do it. Oh yeah, right, there was only 3 races. What do we get? Oh yeah, right, it's the lady. So we have a decent amount of money. I kinda wanna check back with the used car. I wanna find a cheap front-wheel drive car. So what's my budget here? Honestly, I think this one's gonna be fine. I think the CX is gonna do okay. Oh no, they suck. Okay, goodbye.
Most advanced bridges,
Okay, I think
which
CX
means
is gonna
this track can withstand almost anything. Let's see it get some
Let's
use.
see how this turns out. I think this possibly will. I might have to ruin it 100 at some point, but it seems doable. Oh, but I think I'm good. Oh. Second. Definitely not a terrible car, but it's certainly doable. Something that wants to be tires. I mean, everyone's money. But that's the reason why I aim to upgrade this car, because I want to cut benefits, right? So I don't want to upgrade it too much, because then, obviously, there's money to make this play on Endeavor. Okay, I think that's it. Not to 6. Yeah, we're checking. I want to sell this one just about. Like the amount of money I spent on that is pretty much equal to the amount of money I got from the races, so you know, hopefully for a good price car, actually to this pack up basically profit. But there's no good car. Scratches. Okay, well, it's kind of over there. We have a full-time championship and then MR championship. I think it's best to like this idea. Consider that to be my starting line. That's 17-point race. But there's an even edge 200 in there. This is a 12-point race. Get that. Good game. it's kind of stuff. You can, in all agencies, you can cut so much of the thing. I think that is like one of the nice tricks in terms of cutting, depending on how you see it. You can cut so much of the thing. We definitely have less money than when we started, just from the price money, but as long as we get a good price, we can upload on. Should be a plus. I can't sell that one either, man. I know I can. Can I? Bruh, I went into that championship with more money than I have now in the championship. Oh my god. Actually, hold on. Let me start whining. I think the car wasn't because I'm pretty sure there's a landslip place here. Yeah, there's this evil meeting. I can still do this. And then we can still turn the car into a perfect. Grenade. That's great. That was not a dark upwards. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anywhere after that. I think we're gonna have to upgrade the evil meeting. Yes, also driver. But it's a reason to go. Okay, so that's only one of the things about this. I really still have to block them, but I think I did it. Easy choice in my life. The speed? Man, the sheer speed of this thing. Let's see if it's worth it. If it was worth our time. Because it's based on the price tag we made like a fantastic. Okay, hold on. Set.
Suction zone coming up ahead. Our test drivers had rave things to say about this technology, which offers drivers an almost completely frictionless acceleration boost. Ooh, I can't wait.
That's pretty tough. It's a lot of money. If it's anything less, if it's any less than 10K, I'm gonna be upset. Just barely not upset. Top and top honestly. I think this ended actually the best I've actually if this end, if this speaks that with the map, then that's so far from the rest. Okay, I tell you. If we did put the phone and dropped down the song for that. Alright, now I'm looking for it. I mentioned it there. Guys, just want to time this game, you know. It's just really fun to just come back to every now and then and just do things a bit differently, you know. And because that's so much to do. Alright, now I expect the price down. That comes from the professional league. I expect something really good. And now the run! And now the transfer speed 6 that I can't tell! This is like the next fix, man. I can't sell this, man. I get no money from that. Can only get rid of it. So after making more, I could complain if the double into my reputation raise is both extra money. There you can do this though. There's me on the oh yeah, 600 race. Great. That's what I love. I have this actually for and the reason actually would be different. Yeah, I think just judging by the lineup, big up to the bull. I'm just gonna make sure to keep coming back to these people there. I don't think that's something fast over there. Just keep moving. Concepts. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, and I can't use it. I can't use it. I have to sell it. Dude, I can't use it. I was like, oh man, that's great. I just want to do the championship. No, I can't. It's a used car challenge, but 25k. 25k, that's actually somebody without 100k, without any exploits. Actually, with some tuning, I could do it. You know, I think that's not an effect. So I'm actually gonna tune it. I'm not gonna put it on the car, but I'm actually gonna like put up the effect. I can put something else too. So the NA championship too. Oh wow, that's a nice range. I could probably get into such points and data. Okay, let's start finish. Alright, let's see what we get with prize bump. The content bump, please. How many is it? Oh my god! Even that confident name. At least the races themselves gave me enough money to go with my time. I could start with draft bump. That sounds like a great idea. Right? I remember there was like something that watching the car also makes it slightly fast because there's less dirt on it. Bad, but like simply it's really bad. Right, first great car chance. Okay, let's see how bad this thing is. Might be nitrous. Why is that thing up? I have no idea. I have very much for this new engine. Pushing a grass spot on this pushing a new one's pretty good. There's nothing I want to do. Like, yeah. The challenge is this year. Gradually, the championship. I just don't know what cars are going to be competing with. I don't know. Great. All thinking is the national event. What am I looking around here, man? And I better get a photo. Why am I even doing this shit for then? This is probably the biggest brain part of the run. Yes. In order to even enter the Grand Prix Championship, you need to beat every single competitive beginner and professional event respectively. But most of the problems will cause later on. I get myself with WX and some during the contest ladder. I thought this is like the track where I was started somewhere. We can get a surprise bump.
So it's a minute and 10 seconds. Same like that one.
$50K? Chef's kiss? Well, I mean, we could do the World Classic car series. Actually, I need a car from up to 1970, so like the 60s. The World Classic Cup in particular would cause a major problem later on. But with so many other cups left to go, I bought a used Clio V6, which I used to utterly decimate the World Compact Cup. Oh yeah, we're snapping everything here. It feels like bringing a machine gun to a knife fight. Like, the used car leadership is not random, but it's also not documented well enough. So I don't actually know what cars are in the used leadership as big knife. Okay. We can use this one for the historic car championship, but it's a prize car. I would still prefer an actual used car. But then just, like, these are like 81 men. They're not even close. I think we gotta say goodbye to the challenge, I think. Because number one, you need a truck. You need a truck here. One of these 5. And they just simply don't spawn in the used car dealership. And you can't even win a truck. Like, you can't even win a truck anyway. You have to, like, literally buy a new one. And when it comes to the World Classics, maybe you get lucky and you get a car in the historic showroom that is older than 70s. But even then, there has to be, like, a very, very lucky one. So, I think sadly I'm gonna have to, like, actually call this challenge impossible. So yes, due to having to clear every cup in the first two leagues, there happened to be two cups with car restrictions that were impossible to meet with used cars. On one hand, you had the Sports Truck Cup, which only allows you to enter with 1 out of 5 trucks, neither of which can spawn in any of the used car dealerships. And on the other hand, you have the World Classics Cup, which won't allow entry in any cars older than from the 60s. However, the oldest that can spawn in the used car market are from the upper 70s. This sadly marked the game as impossible to complete with used cars exclusively, but I still wanted to see for how long I could get away with using them. Best bet would be to tune the NSX like a madman. What about the Corvette? Don't you think that one would be faster if maxed out? Let's check Pro League. We're starting to do the tuning car Grand Prix, then the Supercar Festival, and that's already the Gran Turismo World Championship. I mean, let's check the used car delay one more time. This Aston Martin was by far the fastest car I have ever seen on offer throughout my entire challenge, and was the prime candidate to win all or at least most of the final few races. However, not all that glitters is gold. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what kind of cars we'll be even encountering in the GT World Championship. If it's like Le Mans cars, I'm fucked. Even if I put another 200 horsepower in this thing, I don't see us winning against Le Mans cars. Let's switch to sports. Ah, okay, the comes automatically. Good game. Let's see if we can keep up here. Also, the cars are as fast as I thought. It's actually still pretty slow. Like in comparison. And for the record, I don't think we could have done this with any other car. If I just maxed out the NSX, we could not have done this. I really needed this as a mod. Okay, I've never actually gone into the bits of this race. Alright, I'm ready for my tires now. Dude, I don't see us beating this. But I'll be real, I think it's unbeatable. I think honestly, like, if you want to beat this challenge, well, first of the challenge is unbeatable. And then also, I think I want to leave these last few events you actually need to progress up until week 700 in order to, like, beat these last couple of events here. Because in week 700, you are actually able to buy some of the mall cars in the used car dealership. So you're gonna have to like grind up until week 700, and that's when you can actually like buy some of these Le Mans cars I needed. With my spirit broken and my Aston Martin now starting to struggle as well, I decided to throw in the towel. Yeah, I declared this challenge completely impossible. I mean, it was impossible before, but dude, for the last couple of events, you need faster cars. I think the Aston Martin is probably one of the fastest cars I could get in like a reasonable time. But even then, you have to like grind out money and basically get to week 700 where you can buy a Le Mans car. Especially because I was told the last race has Le Mans cars. If I can't even beat those sports cars, the last championships is GG anyway. It's a waste of time. Well, was it really a waste of time? I mean, sure, with a little more research I could have probably figured out early that using only used cars won't work for every championship. But in the end I was still amazed how much I was able to complete, all things considered. I even managed to complete some extra manufacturer events, which for the most part should be absolutely possible with some good offers on the marketplace. But most important of all, this challenge gave me another reason to hop back into my favorite Gran Turismo game and was a ton of fun to do. It adds a very interesting layer of strategizing when you limit yourself to a seemingly random catalog of cars and try to make the best of it. I think this perfectly encapsulates why I love this game so much. You can always find new ways to play, new ways to progress. It gives me a huge edge. If I cut corners, I ram or rather Forza opponents. I do everything I can to win, but obviously the AI driver is not going to do any of that. Like the AI driver is actually going to at least somewhat attempt to drive legitimately. So in that case, I think it is in my best interest to buy a car that's actually really good. I can certainly do the first license, then get the polo, just doing the license, sell that one, and then we'd have a little more starter cash available. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just gonna buy something with my starter money and yeah, just see how it goes. And Gen 1 Evo is probably a choice. Doesn't weigh a whole lot, has a little more than 200 horsepower. That's a really good starter choice. I should also still be able to afford an oil change after this, so yeah, let's get it. It is indeed not yellow, so that will unfortunately cost us some horsepower. T-Guy, do your thing. Would I also do car wash? Yeah, sure. I'm broke. I have like 300 credits left. That is just barely enough for 6 more car washes. But let's just start with the Sunday Cup. We don't get much money here. And I think the starter car here was also not super amazing. But yeah, let's see what we can do. So here it is. My hands off. The AI driver is doing the work now. But honestly, I think we have a bit of an overpowered car, so I actually don't think I have to do anything. Like, I mean, look at the opponents here. It's just like some fucking Alpha or Polo or whatever. I think we should at least tell the driver to pick it up. What do I tell him to pick it up? There's a map. Pace. Yeah, push. Press overtake. How often do I have to press it? I mean, he seems to be doing it. I mean, he's kind of getting there. The problem is it's already in the second lap. Keep it on until you're first. Okay, so we have to always just tell the driver to push and overtake. Otherwise, he's just gonna try and hold his position. But why did he lose this, man? I think I should have turned it on way earlier. Actually, look at that. Look. What might be clutch win? Oh, shit, he did it! He did it! He actually managed to pull it off. Nice. I just have to tell him to overtake immediately. It's the first thing I have to tell him right away. Otherwise, he's not going to do anything. But just like, I mean, are you racing to win, or what are you doing here? What are you even doing? I gotta say, it's kind of nice to see all these cameras for the replays and everything. It's pretty sweet. Look at that. Look at that outside overtake. What a pro. Okay, do I still have to tell him to overtake? Probably not. I'm just gonna tell him to go fast now. Oh, what are you doing, dude? Okay, I think I need to tell him to slow down. If I don't tell him to slow down, he's probably gonna just mess up somewhere. Now, in the beginning, we basically just want to set it to push, press the overtake button, and when he's ahead, we just set it back to steady. I think that's gonna be the strat for now. Honestly, this should be a piece of cake. It's not high speed ring, I think this is why we should excel it. Yes, I never really used V-Spec. I might have anything, except maybe the endurance races. That's why I think V-Spec was the most useful. But just for the regular race, I usually do it myself because, well, I want to play the game. Just kind of letting the game play itself for everybody else. Let me see actually. They have this race monitor. Like you'll see it's RF. Very good to go. But here we can change this speed down to 3x. And we can increase the speed of the up to 3 times. It's excellent.
It is no small feat to build a racetrack over a Great Lake, especially when you consider that Lake Michigan can get to over 900 feet deep. The engineering team used the same deep water construction technology seen in the world's most advanced bridges, which means this track can withstand almost anything. Let's see it get some use.
Championship somewhere, right? Did this count as a K car? It does count as a K car. Okay. The problem is this thing only has 71 horsepower. And that's not a lot. That's almost nothing actually. Alternatively, I could also sell the Auto Bianchi, but we're gonna need this one for the K car championship. And maybe also the historic one. Oh, they're pushing. Ah, there we go, there we go. I mean, it's decent, but I don't think the pace is quite there. The question now is, should I invest into upgrades for this car, or should I invest into upgrades for the Evo already? I actually think I'm going to upgrade this car, because here it seems like we actually have more of a chance as compared to the previous two championships that I tried to enter with the Evo. We get 2,000 per event here. As long as I spend less than 6,000 on upgrades, it was already worth it. Yeah, I guess I have a good point about the Japan tournament. I think right now the best idea is really to just have a bunch of these everywhere. Just try a bunch of championships, see where you have the best chances, and then based on that you go for upgrades. There are actually more events you can do with this Let's say Evo. Let's try the 90s charge. More prize money, so if Evo can pull it off here, that's really damn good. We have like 2% Tegra and
Suction zone coming up ahead. Our test drivers had rave things to say about this technology, which offers drivers an almost completely frictionless acceleration boost. Ooh, I can't wait.
Struggling so hard in over. You know what? I'm resting. In fact, I'm proud of GT guy. What a turnaround. I have to take it back. And hell, well, a good thing that was at the very end of the race. What exciting game was it? Actually, like, oh, that's another driving mistake at the end now. honestly, it looks like the Baron is feeling a little bit more confident now. I don't really see him doing as many mistakes, although I feel like I'm pushing a little more than before. I just keep shooting this before. Okay, steady, stop overtaking, steady. Don't do any mistakes. Don't stop it! I tried it so yes. I had him on steady, I tried to overtake, the driver's just too shit, man. There's nothing I can do. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Look at this shit. Not even I would do shit like that. We cannot beat this on top. The driver gets most good. That's just it's good business. Oh my god, what is he doing? I hate this driver. I think it's driving first time before. Okay, no, at least within a second, and I think I keep
1.
until I told him to cruise into that corner. Consistent progress and actually knocking down some championships finally. I think I may still keep the power on no matter what, because it completely didn't work by now. At some point, I'm simply gonna have to get some new cars. Like that will be unavoidable. Despite us cruising, it's still 11 cheeks. That's what I have to do. What do I get as a prize car? Okay, we can do some damage with that. Let me see how fast that thing is. It has 400 horsepower on stock. That we just put in one. Yeah, okay, this is what we're switching to, guys. Honestly, I kind of half expect the car to destroy everything. I'm surprised if the car doesn't destroy everything. And right now, it doesn't look like there's anything really happening. Like, the field is super close together. It looks like a stock car race. Well, there we go. But those long straights, I think, they may get the ball. It's just too far. Actually, it's too far. It's just a little bit. Well, this looks like one now, but some of it. It's like, no.
I know I'm not usually the one saying this sort of thing, but are you sure?
3, 2, 1. 2, 1.
I'm fucking blowing at these again.
3, 2, 1.
You're so gonna win this one.
3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
Yes, one classics, there we go, up to 1917, so it doesn't pass. I don't think the car is fast enough though. At least not as is. Yeah, we definitely need upgrades too. I mean, we're gonna need big upgrades. I think that's gonna be expensive if we wanna make this work. I think, honestly, something that I very rarely do in this game, but I think I may actually look at cars. What's the car with front? This one already has 200.
Time to leave all the other racers floundering. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1.
That's just the way I tuned it.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1.
Thanks.
2, 1. Let the other racers get caught in your wake. Three, 2, 1.
Such a bitch, dude, honestly. Like, that's the price that I get here. That's so
3,
better than the rest of the club.
2,
But honestly, we are much better than
1.
now that I managed to get past the
You're a winner. I believe that. Now prove me right.
It's longer than
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, probably. That would probably be the most reasonable thing to put it in. Actually, it's not from the 70s. Even the 60s? What year is this thing from? Oh, wait, why am I not in the car? That's the car.
Ahoy there!
Actually, that was a long pilot.
Let's go!
Three, 2, 1.
70s car now. God, is that an older thing?
3, 2, 1.
I think you can get on that. Maybe also the World Compact. Yeah, we can also do World Compact with this one. And probably also that is one Mega. That's why that is.